The long adventure came to an end, and we finally saved the world. Princess Lily, no, Queen Lily, said Canterbury was reborn and held a grand festival. She even created a new calendar system using AH to mark the years. After Hero, when Queen Lily announced a festival will be held in our honor and celebrate January 1st, 0AH, in front of all of her subjects, my face turned so red, I couldn't look up. The founding festival continued for a whole week. It was so fun. I wish this moment would last forever. But as the festival came to an end, everyone left to chase their own goals. Only Caden and I remained on the last day.
Everyone was still here yesterday, but it's just us two now.
They had so much they wanted to do after our adventure came to an end. Louise is off with 𝐒𝐡𝐢𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐠 to found the world's first drone delivery company. Bibi said she'd found the world's best circus agency.
Ringo said he'd write our entire adventure into a song. And Lilith will go unite Demon World to become a true queen.
Isn't Demon World in complete mayhem after the demon gods were sealed off? I'm a bit concerned for Lilith's safety.
Irina is with her, so she should be fine. If she who stirred up Demon World before is with Lilith.
I was concerned for the wrong person. I should pray for the citizens of Demon World instead.
We promised to meet on the founding festival a decade from now. I'm sure everyone will keep busy until then.
Seems that way. We'll meet again after a decade. I heard Luna's going to establish a magic school. She met someone who gets along with her during the festival. Her name was...
You mean 𝐓𝐴. I've never seen anyone hold up a conversation with Luna for that long. She's highly knowledgeable, and very beautiful as well.
Are you interested in 𝐓𝐴 too, Caden?
No, I'm just... It's nothing. Anyways, do you have any future plans, Clara?
I don't know. You said you're going to search for a sword, right, Caden?
Yes. According to the gods, a great evil will befall on us centuries from now. Only that sword can take down the evil's 𝐓𝐴. It's centuries from now, so it'll be the next generation's hero's task, but that doesn't mean I can stay idle. My remaining duty as the hero is to find the missing sword and safely pass it down to the next generation.
I'm sure you'll do fine, Caden. No matter how dangerous or frightening it got during our adventure, you were always unshaken and led us through.
I wouldn't have achieved anything alone. Everyone else gives praise, calling me a hero. But it was only possible because everyone was with me. Clara, if you don't have any other plans, would you like to search for the sword with me?
A confident but slightly shaking voice. His stiff posture from attempting to hide anxiety. The glint in his eyes full of purity. That sight of him giving me butterflies in my stomach every now and then. That's the Caden I knew.
So, this is goodbye.
Thank you for asking me to come with yesterday. But I have something I must do as well. It was to save the world from ruin. But We burned the world tree and severed the connection between gods and men. Most people can no longer use holy power. Which means everything we did with holy powers are no longer possible. From healing minor wounds to saving lives, many will suffer. I want to help them.
It's not for you to bear that responsibility alone. Everyone else already left, but I could go with you, Clara.
Caden, you told me what you wish to do for the future generation. If you had to give up your own goal because of me, I'd be heartbroken.
Clara, could you please accept this before I go?
What's this?
It's a location emitter that activates via holy power. Send the signal whenever you need me. I'll run to your aid immediately, no matter how far.
Use this whenever I need you, Caden?
I don't mean anything else by it. If you have trouble solving a problem, Clara, or if you need someone to talk to about your troubles, anything's fine. If it's something I can aid you with, call me whenever. That's what I meant.
Thank you, Caden.
I'll take my leave. May Promethea bless your path, Clara.
May Promethea grace your journey as well, Caden. I left Caden behind and started walking to places requiring my aid. It'd be fun if Caden came with, but he has duties as the hero, unlike me. So it'd be best to leave without having any attachments. But perhaps it was the thought of having to wait another decade to see Caden again. Or maybe I wanted to behold the image of him walking away. I turned around without realizing it. I locked eyes with Caden, who stopped in his tracks and looked back like I did. His stiff posture trying to hide anxiety, and eyes glinting with purity. That was the Caden I knew. So, I decided to be a bit more honest. A decade from now, just like we promised with everyone. Even if it isn't then. I'll wait for the day we meet again, Caden. Anytime, anywhere. Holy power. The miracle from the gods given to humans. It's the power of blessing that heals wounds and brings richness to life. None had to fear diseases or wounds until now, for the holy power always healed and protected them. However, the world tree connecting the gods and humans burned down, and it was now gone. People fell from the simplest wounds that were easily treated before. The world fell into further pain and chaos. The entire kingdom filled with patients, and there weren't enough healers and medicine to go round. It was especially depressing for the smaller villages far away from the capital. So I concentrated on healing those residing in the outskirts after parting ways with Caden. I finished first aid for the urgent patients. They made it past the brink, but they're quite weak. So everyone must rest until fully recovered.
Everyone had to just wait for their death because of that terrible disease. How could we repay this debt?
My brother came back to his senses because of you, Saintess. Thank you so much.
No, I just made temporary fixes for the patients. They will need continuous treatment to fully recover. I'll prescribe the necessary medicine, so ask the other healer when I leave.
Leaving? What do you mean? There's no healer in a small town like ours. Everyone who heals diseases left for the big city. There are no healers or medicine here. Saintess, you're the only one we can place our faith in.
You said they're not fully healed. They need continuous treatment. That's what you said. But you're just going to leave us?
Sorry. I can't stay in this village indefinitely. When I spoke about leaving, the villagers' gazes changed. They turned from gratitude to shock, and then rage. The villagers started to gather round and began to murmur.
When you first arrived, you said this was your responsibility and would help us, didn't you? Saintess, you said you could use the holy power. You told us you'll save us.
There must be critical patients at other villages too. I must help them as well.
Lies! The other healers, priests, they all left like that. They said their holy powers suddenly vanished and told us to find someone else.
So you were just the same as everyone else. I'll help. I'll take responsibility. You're just a foolish woman who wants to be treated as a saintess.
I thought my ears deceived me for a second. The people we saved, those who just expressed gratitude, they all changed in an instant and expressed their criticisms and resentment. I did my best to help everyone. I didn't give up and tried. So I won't feel any shame when I meet 𝐒𝐚𝐴den again. That's what I thought. But reality was much crueler. I couldn't speak from the sharp criticisms like knives. Where did it all go wrong? Was this my fault?
The reason you could use holy power was...
Oh dear, I'm way too late, aren't I? Queen Lily gave me so much. My luggage was so heavy, so I ended up being late.
Ringo?
Attention, everyone! The luggage I worked hard to bring from the capital was... high-quality herbal medicine and healing potions! Oh man, there's a bunch, right? Isn't it crazy? You're all wondering how much this is all worth, yes? Don't fall over in shock! All of this is free! Free, I tell you!
Herbal medicine and healing potions from the capital?
So, doesn't it make you dance and sing? Take 'em, hurry! It's all yours!
The bag Ringo brought was full of herbal medicine and healing potions. The villagers all clamored forth and started to grab the medicine. While everyone was distracted by the herbal medicine, Ringo and I quietly left the village.
Wow, that was really close. If I make that into a song and sing it for the children, they probably won't sleep for days.
Thank you for coming to my rescue. You saved me. But Ringo, how did you...
Oh, I was on my way to see Isabella. 𝐒𝐴Den was really worried about you. I heard about what you were doing, Clara, and the capital was nearby, so I figured it'd be nice to bring some medicine along the way. What do you know? Turns out my decision was the right answer.
I see. 𝐒𝐴Den is...
Are you touched? Does it make you tear up? There's no need to thank me too much, you know. We're comrades who saved the world from ruin, after all, aren't we?
Thank you. Truly. Thank you so much.
Don't worry too much about what the villagers said. The holy power is gone and the world is in chaos. So they just need someone to blame. You're not a bad person, Clara.
Ringo.
A serious conversation like this is hard. I tried to come up and say something 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐴 would have said at a time like this, but I suppose it doesn't suit me. 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐴's the professional in cheering you up and giving encouragement.
Ringo?
What? Are you disappointed I'm here instead of 𝐒𝐲𝐬𝐴? Man, you're hurting my feelings. Oh dear, here come the waterworks.
You're the same as ever, Ringo. Yeah. I'm sure the chaos will be temporary. If I don't give up, I think the people will understand.
Sincerity goes through to everyone in any age. Like that one time. Bang! Isabella pinned me up against the wall. It was so cool, my heart felt a jolt. I fell for her again that day.
As we talked about the times we adventured together, I didn't notice the night grew deeper. All the memories of us came flooding back, as if it all happened yesterday. Thanks to that, my negative emotions started to wash away one by one. My mind is at ease now. I wish I could live my life carefree and optimistic like you, Ringo.
Hey, I have worries too, you know. I have so many, they're giving me a headache.
Oh, really? You have concerns too, Ringo?
Of course! Like, how could I make my blood tastier? I spend every night with my eyes wide open.
What are you talking about?
As you know, Clara, Isabella is the vampire queen, yes? She only sought after my blood during our adventure, saying it's the tastiest. But now, she can get tasty blood as much as she wants. Thus, Isabella might fall for another type of blood and say, Ringo who? Yeah! She'll forget about me if I don't become the tastiest blood in the world!
There's no way Isabella's gonna do that. Phew. Ringo, you should...
Watch out!
The instant Ringo shoved me aside with a shout, an arrow flew over and landed on the place I was just sitting. When I raised my head, an unknown group had surrounded us.
What's the meaning of this? Firing an arrow at us all of a sudden?
Who are you? Identify yourselves!
There's no need to answer. Kill them both.
The holy power disappeared because of that witch! Killing her will bring it back!
Everyone's armed with weapons. I don't think we can talk this out. Clara, I'm gonna take them all down!
Okay, I'll help too.
I may be a bard, but I was part of the hero party. I won't go down that easily.
Aren't you too out of breath to be saying that?
What? Of course not. I'm completely fine. Let's find out who attacked us. Clara, maybe you shouldn't look.
What? What are you talking about? Wait, this is... the village chief? the others. I healed them all too. Why? How could they do this to me?
Let's just forget about what happened today. Clara?
After the holy power disappeared from the world, and everything fell to chaos, a rumor started to circulate. There's a party of heroes using holy power. The holy power disappeared because the hero party took it for themselves. I must be killed in order to restore the holy power and return to the old ways of life. People cursed me, and many organizations called for a witch hunt. I was no longer the saintess who saved the world. Instead, I was a witch who stole holy power from the world. The course of action we chose to protect the world became the root of another trial. I thought the holy power vested in me was a reflection of Promethea's wishes to save more people from that trial. But if such thoughts were to hurt anyone...
It's a relief you made it back safely, Clara. And thank you, Ringo.
Really, it was only for a few days, but it genuinely felt like I was Clara's escort. I may not have been as reliable as Caden, but all things considered, wasn't it a comfortable journey, Clara? Lake Town Anthello especially. The super kind innkeeper, sumptuous dinners, and spectacular scenery. It was truly a healing experience, I tell you.
Clara, don't be so heartbroken. The chaos followed by the loss of holy power is something we already expected. The kingdom is doing its best to expand medical facilities and distribute medicine. Once all aspects that formerly relied on holy power are replaced, the chaos will subside and the lives of the people will stabilize.
Yeah, Clara. After all, we took care of all the threats from the demon world and heaven, right? The world can only go up from here.
Then, what's something I can do? Promethea endowed me with holy power. The power to save people. Surely, there has to be something I must do.
Have patience, Clara. Moving a society takes careful planning and time. It's not like the journeys of heroes, where the enemy to defeat is clear. The distress from the loss of holy power is at its peak. For you to do anything with holy power right now would be dangerous. It could even cause more chaos. I'm sure you're aware of that.
But...
For the time being, stay at the castle and accept protection. I'll try my best to see if there's anything you can do to help.
all right, I'll do that.
Then I'll also stay in the capital for a while and help. I shall do street performances every day so that more people know about the good faith of the heroes. No sweat, right? Or maybe, since my voice is my fortune, every other day will suffice.
Thank you, Ringo. Even without holy power, there were many ways to help people. Visiting disaster recovery sites with the Queen, lending a hand to those who have been marginalized, distributing supplies. Though I kept myself busy, my thoughts grew more and more complicated nonetheless. Is this really all I can do? Wouldn't using holy power save more lives? Could I be running away from the trial Promethea gave me? But I was afraid. Even as I was helping people, they continued to frighten me. Those eyes that hungered for holy power. Eyes that resented the scorched world tree. Eyes that searched for a target to unleash their fury.
This way, Clara. Watch your step.
This place...
Clara, there's something I want to request. Something only you can do.
The room was chilly. Queen Lily took my hand as I stood frozen, and led me towards the ominous-looking devices. Are they asleep?
That's right. Although the war in heaven has ended, we've been warned of the final war that is to come in the distant future. This facility was built for that fate. On behalf of the heroes who are hibernating for our future, may I ask for Promethea's grace? So they may rest more comfortably.
Of course. It was only at such place where no one watched that I was able to unleash my holy powers without restraint, and bestow Promethea's grace to those asleep, so that they may dream a better dream and sleep more peacefully. Yes, the power Promethea endowed me with truly is warm. It could protect and heal everyone.
Though this facility was built with all our best technology, I guess I still can't help but rely on the grace of the gods. Thank you, Clara.
These people, why are they asleep?
As you can see, they aren't ordinary human beings. If they were to live in our human society now, they would likely face many hardships. They chose their own future. Another time to fight. One where they will be needed.
Excuse me, Your Highness. I beg your pardon, but I carry urgent news. Sir Ringo was attacked by an unidentified mob while performing at the Central Plaza. We subdued the mob, but Sir Ringo has been severely injured.
Clara, calm down!
I pushed through the buzzing crowd. The knights stood guard, but I couldn't see them. All I could see was the fresh blood splattered around Ringo, clear as day. I could hear the Queen's urgent voice coming from somewhere. Ringo looked in my direction and smiled weakly. It was as if both of them were saying no. But with Ringo's life fading before me, there was no hesitation. I unleashed holy power in front of countless people. Has the world become a place where this is no longer allowed? Saving someone, is it now something forbidden?
Holy power! It's holy power!
No way! Healing a wound like that instantly?
With that amount of holy power, my kid could have lived.
That's right. That witch is hogging all the holy power. There's a witch in Canterbury Kingdom!
There have been 3 riots by an unidentified cult, and warnings from neighboring countries continue to arrive. Patients from villages around the capital are also swarming in. I'm afraid the situation is now impossible to manage with our current forces. A decision must be made. If you wish to protect the Saintess, an official statement will be necessary.
I understand. Leave us.
Should I just disappear?
Don't say that, Clara!
Be strong, Clara. You are the last link between humanity and Promethea. Come what may, you must not abandon that responsibility.
Let me fall asleep there too. For the future. So that I may wake where my powers are needed.
What do you mean, let me sleep there? Did you see the room too? That's nonsense. You don't know when you'll wake up! I can't believe you're actually thinking about going to a future where you don't know anyone because everyone's dead and gone based on a prophecy that may or may not be true! I won't let that happen! Queen Lily, say something!
But Ringo, I don't think I can hold on any longer. If there's nothing I can do, or worse, if I'm in the way, I want to be at a time where I'm needed.
Clara...
The day this capsule opens will be when the warnings from the beings of heaven start to appear in the world. I always seem to be forcing you, a saintess, to fight.
I hope it's an age where everyone has forgotten about the witch, and people join forces to fight, just like the old days.
I'm sure it will. Human society always runs unreasonably, but in times of crisis, people do come together.
This may be the duty Promethea gave me. I apologize for running away like this, Queen Lily.
No, Clara. I thank you for your determination. You are heading to the future with the most sacred mission, delivering Promethea's grace to the final battle. Never forget that. Now, I'll have to figure out where to hide these people.
I love the way I made people smile using Promethea's powers. But now, I've become unacceptable to them. No one smiled for me anymore. As I felt my senses go numb, a sense of liberation that I was no longer a saintess or a witch came over me. It was a peaceful feeling. Just when everything that weighed on my mind was fading away, Caden's face, the very thing I buried deep inside my heart because I didn't want to become reliant, the figure I consciously erased, popped up at the very last moment. Will we meet again?
We're coping with the influx of patients into the kingdom, but the kingdom's medical supplies are depleting quickly.
We'll have to do something about that soon. When is the messenger sent to the neighboring country expected to arrive?
They are to arrive sometime today. You can't barge in like this!
It's all right. You may leave. Let me know when the messenger arrives.
Yes, Your Highness.
What is the matter, Caden?
What have you done to Clara? Why is she in the hypersleep pod?
Calm down, Caden. I was going to tell you when you returned from your quest. I didn't expect you'd come like this.
First, answer my question.
After much deliberation, Clara herself chose to go into hypersleep, to take part in the foretold war as the last user of holy power. She believed that would be the way to save more people.
There's no way Clara would think that. There are people in the kingdom who need her help.
They made her a witch. Caden, didn't you feel it too? In a world where holy power is gone, how people look at those who burned the world tree. It's not how you look at a hero who saved the world. At first, Clara continued to heal people, regardless of how they looked at her. But she's not as strong as you. She was attacked numerous times, and those who were wounded exceeded those she healed.
Things would have been different if I were there. If I were by her side.
No. This tide is not something that can be changed by one or two people. You pointing your sword at people, would she have wanted that?
Still, hypersleep isn't the solution. There has to be another way.
Clara is no different from the others who've also gone into hypersleep. Human society, as it is now, cannot accept Clara. And yet, she chose to hibernate for everyone.
But I haven't yet...
Caden, Clara gave this a lot of thought. Let's respect her decision.
Clara's decision. I apologize for barging in.
Caden.
It feels like I've been dreaming for a long time. I have no thoughts, and I don't feel anything. Not even the passing of time.
Clara, I heard from Queen Lily. Things must have been tough. The more I traveled around and met different people, the more I realized why you made such a decision. If I were by your side, would things have been different? If we were together, could I have protected you? Even if nothing would have changed, at least I could have told you. No. If I keep blaming myself like this, it'll only upset you. After all, that's the kind of person you are, Clara. As always, I'll keep my eyes on what's up ahead, creating a peaceful world so you can wake at ease. I'm going to leave to find the sword again. The prophecy's not really on the straightforward side. So it's been over 3 months since I've found a clue. That's why I'm thinking of going farther away. Out of Canterbury, past Shen City, and beyond. It'll be a long quest, but please wait for me. I will return here with the sword to meet you, Clara.
I could feel it in my dreams. Caden's comforting aura. Did he really come to see me? I wish we could keep meeting, even if it's like this.
Clara, I'm back. It's been a longer quest than I thought it would be. I've traveled to many countries. I've visited every temple and academy I could find to gather clues about the sword. Renowned martial artists and the lore of old organizations have been very helpful. I've also met many new allies, whom I'd like to introduce to you if the chance comes. Alas, I have found the sword of the prophecy. The only thing is, as you know, I have the power to read a sword's memory, what it has slashed through, its history, and even the owner's skills. That's how I was able to skillfully wield all the swords. But this one was different. Endless memories of the same kind came pouring at me, as if they were shouting that I mustn't forget. On top of that, those memories were of the future. From me finding the sword, to the forthcoming future hero, the powerful enemies the gods of heaven predicted, and subsequent events. How can the future be in the memory of a sword? No. What's clear is that the prophecy is real, and that it must be stopped. I've begun to build a fortress to prepare for what is to come. Queen Lily and Lilith are also helping me. You probably don't know the news about Lilith. Lilith became queen after bringing order to Demon World with Arena. Thanks to that, the fortress could be made with Demon World's technology. Clara, when you wake up, grave danger will be awaiting. But we will be able to fight. I'll make sure of that. This time, together.
Although it seems like a lot of time has passed, Caden's hopeful spirit remains strong. Every time I feel Caden's voice, I can't help but feel a sense of anticipation. That perhaps I might see him again. This time, together.
Hello, Clara. It's been a while. I'm sorry I didn't visit often. I've been trying various things lately to protect the world. I don't have much to show for it yet, but I'm sure it will become a way to make the world free. I've learned that merely preparing for the war isn't enough to save the world. The more I retraced the sword's memory, the more confused I got. Who the enemy is, what is coming of the world. Then, that person appeared. They told me about the truth of the world, and I realized that if I could get to that truth, I could save the world. Queen Lily and I don't see eye to eye, so I'm searching for a way on my own. But I believe this is the right way. For all of us. It's going to work. Hold on just a bit longer. I'll be back. With good results.
A subtle tremble. Could there be something on his mind? Whatever the obstacle, he has always overcome them. He'll pull through this time, too. Stay strong, Caden.
Clara, I'm here. Things aren't going as well as I thought. I've tried hundreds of times, but it keeps failing. I don't know how many more times I need to try. I'm doing everything I can think of, but over and over again, it just keeps failing. I'm not sure if I'm on the right track. Am I missing something? Does this really have a future? Could it really set us free? I need the answer. I need the answer, Clara. Still and all, looking at you, Clara, makes me feel so much better. Even though you're asleep, you continue to bring me comfort. There aren't many options left. We're out of choices. I'm going to do it. For the future. I'll be back soon.
I felt apprehension in Caden's aura. An apprehension I've never sensed in any of Caden's quests before. I felt like I needed to be by his side. I want to wake up now. Quite some time seems to have passed. It's been far too long since Caden has visited. Could something have happened to him? I believe in him, though. It's Caden. I'm sure he's found the answer he's been looking for. Caden?
I found you, my Sanctus. Everything is for the true Chosen One!
Operating hypersleep suspension. Suspending hypersleep in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opening hypersleep pod.